All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Prive International's product introduction tonight over here in Kuala Lumpur. So tonight or today, we're going to talk about this wonderful product, which is 7 Wonders. So why do we call it 7 Wonders? We call it 7 Wonders because it has 7 benefits. Okay. So before I take a deep dive into this particular product, I would like to, first of all, explain why, and it's important for us to know why we get sick. All right. I know I've done that in the previous Zoom, but I think just to recap, so that we can, understand why it is essential and necessary for us to have this particular 7 Wonders water product. So let's get started with the recap. Okay, very quick one. And before we get started, first of all, let me introduce Prive International to all our viewers who are new. All right, Prive International was established on 1st of June 2021, so we're just a little bit more than 1 year old. And medical disclaimers: the information provided is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult a medical professional or healthcare provider if you're seeking medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Right, now let's get going. Let's take a look at what we consume and also what we are exposed to daily, every day. Yes, we drink water every day, but we also get exposed to all these things every day, right? And the first thing is soda. How many of you love soda drink, right? Or maybe not just soda, but sugary drink. I'm sure a lot of us do, okay? And it's something that is pretty hard to shake off the habit, right? And we consume, I mean, if just a can of, soda, probably 8 teaspoons of sugar, right? It's quite alarmingly high. And our body just have difficulty to get rid of all this, entering our body on a regular basis. Just very, very difficult. Then with the farming, well, because of the pressure, commercial pressure of farmers, they want to have healthy animals, right? So what do? They feed them with antibiotics and a lot, right? So that they don't fall sick. And yeah, guess where it's going to end up? These antibiotics will end up again in our body as we consume them, right? So that's why when people have fever and doctor prescribe them with antibiotics, doesn't seem to work, because why? It has already become resistant. You know what I mean? So yeah, apart from the antibiotics, what else? Well, in farming, they also feed the animals with growth hormones, right? And inject, and I don't know. The thing is, it goes into their body, and you have animals who grow very fast because of the growth hormones, and again, it enters our body. So all these things are chemicals and unnatural things, and they end up inside of us when we consume these animals, right? Then we thought, well, why don't we eat fish? Okay, well, 50% of the world's production of fish or fishes, they come from the pond, right? Fish farming. And guess what? They put a lot of stuff inside just to make sure they grow and become, healthy. They put a lot of things in there, and wow, it's just alarming and pretty scary. Then we look at the vegetables, right? I mean, why don't we eat more vegetables and fruits? And guess what? Well, look at the guy. He is dressed up like there's a COVID around him, like he's all protected. And guess what he's spraying? Pesticides, isn't it? So it's toxic. It can kill you, right? And if you don't wash the vegetables that you buy properly, guess what? Every day, little by little, you're ingesting all these things in your body. And that's not all. Well, we go to the supermarkets, we go to the mall, And guess what else? Oh, we love all these things, don't we? Right? And well, that's why our body is amazing. You know, it has been designed to heal itself, but because we consume all these things over the years, all right, over the years, and our body is just crying out, okay? Then on top of what we consume, we live in cities, okay? We don't have the luxury of living in waterfalls or by the beach, or we have to live in the city because most of us have to work, right? And guess what? Pollution, isn't it? And we breathe in the pollutants, goes into our body. Wow, really? Never stop, does it? Then I took this video. Guess what?
Okay, this is
EMF.
electromagnetic radiation detector. And you can see from this kettle here, just to show you what we are exposed to every day. All right. You'll be surprised. All right. Every electronic device, and look at this refrigerator. You think it's safe? How many times you open and close every day?
There you go. Every day. And not mentioning the Wi-Fi and the cell phone. How many hours do we expose to all these things every day? Guys, be honest. You should know, right? You wake up in the morning, first thing you do is you grab your phone, right? And then before you sleep, what do? You also look at your phone. I mean, we spend hours, okay? So with all this, our body is crying out for help, really. So we do all those things every day. So to counter it, now this is what I put forward to you. To counter it, we also have to defend ourselves with something that we put into our body every day. And what is that? Water, right? We drink water every day. So we have to make sure that we are drinking quality water so that we can detox, we can cleanse our body, we can strengthen our cells and so on, right? And this is where Seven Wonders can come in. And water is life. We cannot survive without water. You agree? I'm sure you do, right? Some say 60% of our adult body is water. Some say more, right? Babies even higher, 78%. So whether it's 60 or 70 or more, we have a lot of water in our body. And that alone speaks volume, right? That there is something there about water that we really need to focus on, because a big part of us is made of water, isn't it? Now, there are miracle water sites in the world where thousands of people queue up just for, you know, being able to get a bottle or consume the water and have miracles happen to them, okay? And these are in Lourdes in France, Nadana in India, Nordinau in Germany, Lacote in Mexico. And one common ingredient, right? One common ingredient, let me go back. In all these sites, it has been reported, is dissolved hydrogen. Dissolved hydrogen. So what is dissolved hydrogen, or what is hydrogen? What has that got to do with therapy, right? Let's take a look. Okay, the National Library of Medicine, this is the PubMed, and it has, you know, the credibility is there. And this is what it says. Hydrogen is extremely unique since it has the capability to act at the cellular level. Hydrogen is qualified to cross the blood-brain barrier, to enter the mitochondria, and even has the ability to translocate to the nucleus under certain conditions. Once in these ideal locations of the cell, previous studies have shown that hydrogen exerts antioxidant, anti-apoptotic, anti-inflammatory, and cytoprotective properties that are beneficial to the cell. Hydrogen is most commonly applied as a gas, water, saline, and can be applied in a variety of other mediums. There are also few side effects, very few side effects involving hydrogen, thus making hydrogen a perfect medical gas candidate for the convention of novel therapeutic strategies against cardiovascular, cerebrovascular cancer, metabolic and respiratory diseases and disorders. And there's another one here that I pull out, which wasn't, presented in the video that I made. Here it says, again from PubMed, molecular hydrogen has been accepted to be an inert, right, and non-functional molecule in our body. We have turned this concept by demonstrating that hydrogen, H2, reacts with strong oxidants such as hydroxyl radical in cells and propose its potential for preventive and therapeutic applications. Hydrogen, H2, has a number of advantages, exhibiting extensive effects. H2 rapidly diffuses into tissues and cells, and it is mild enough in neither to disturb metabolic redox reactions nor to affect signaling reactive oxygen species. Therefore, there should be no or little adverse effects of H2. There are several methods to ingest or consume H2. Inhaling, that's one way. Drinking, that's what we're talking about. Dissolve water, dissolve hydrogen. Injecting H2, dissolve saline, taking a H2 bath, right? That's nice. Or dropping H2 saline into the eyes. The numerous publications on its biological and medical benefits revealed that H2 reduces oxidative stress, not only by direct reactions with strong oxidants, but also indirectly by regulating various gene expressions. Moreover, by regulating the gene expressions, H2 functions as an anti-inflammatory, anti-apoptotic, and stimulates energy metabolism. In addition to growing evidence obtained by model animal experiments, extensive clinical examinations were performed or under investigation. Since most drugs specifically act to their targets, H2 seems to differ from conventional pharmaceutical drugs. Owing to its great efficacy and lack of adverse effects, H2 has promising potential for clinical use against many diseases, guys. And this is from PubMed, all right? It's a part of the National Institutes of Health. Loads and loads of credibility here, all right? And let me now introduce to you, all right, 7 wonders. So we'll go one benefit by, the other slowly. And this is the first one. And let's enjoy the experiment that I did. I'm now going to show you from these 2 different types of water, what is the dissolved hydrogen content. And this device will measure in parts per billion what is the amount of dissolved hydrogen that is in these 2 different types of water. So here I'm going to pour the normal bottled water, or maybe just your normal household purified water. And over here is our 7 wonders water. And let's take a quick look, right, of what is the dissolved hydrogen level. So here, as we put it in, and I'm sure you can see that the reading is 0, right? So over here, we are now going to put it in 7 wonders water, and you can see the reading is more than 1,000. As can be seen from the reading, it's about 1,500 parts per billion. Essentially, the higher the reading, the better it is. It means that it contains a higher amount or concentration of dissolved hydrogen in the water. Now we're going to show you the ORP reading. So what is ORP reading? ORP stands for Oxidation Reduction Potential. And this device again, right, is a multifunction device. It also shows you what is the ORP. So before we turn it on, let me again pour the water, right? Again, normal purified or bottled water. And we have our 7 wonders water. So if you have a positive reading in the ORP, it means that the water is more contaminated. If you have a negative reading, and the more negative it is, then it is less contaminated. So you want to have, for good quality water, negative reading. So let's see now, what is the reading on this normal water? I guess you can see it's a positive reading, right? And then when I transfer it here, it will show you a negative reading. So here it shows that the ORP, or oxidation reduction potential, is definitely much better in 7 Wonders water. This is an oxidation reduction potential chart that enables us to compare the different types of water. If you have a negative ORP, well, that's good because it means the antioxidants level is high. If you have a positive ORP, unfortunately, it's not good because the oxidation or oxidant level is, well, it's high. And look at the extreme right, where, well, those of you who enjoy soda drinks, just be cautious because soda is about plus 500, tap water is about plus 300, and bottled water is plus 200 to 300. And as we go further on the left hand side, you can see orange is negative 50, green tea is negative 80, cod liver oil is negative 240, and our 7 Wonders water is negative 500 and beyond. Now I'm going to show you with these two types of water whether the pH is acidic or it's alkaline. So we can do a simple test by just pouring the water on this glass. And this is a normal drinking water, purified water, right? And this is our 7 Wonders water. So we'll now make a few drops. And I'll just quickly stir it. So you can see it's very obvious that this one is a little bit acidic and this one is alkaline. Our body's pH needs to be maintained between 7.35 and 7.45 for many biological purposes. One of the most important is the oxygenation of the blood. Unfortunately, if we look at most of our diet, our food and drinks and things that we consume, they are mostly acidic, alright? Unless we take a lot of fruits and vegetables to neutralize it, we need help, basically. So with 7 Wonders water is alkaline, it will help to stabilize and neutralize our pH level. Now I'm going to show you the molecular size of these two types of water. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this small molecule tester. Alright? Essentially what it does is that if the color is lighter, it shows that the molecular size is larger. If the color is darker, a bit purplish, then the molecular size is smaller. Alright? So again, we're going to pour some water over here. And our 7 Wonders water, we're going to pour over here. And now I'm going to place these drops, right? So I think it's fairly obvious, right? That the one on the left is lighter. It shows that the molecular size is larger. And the one on the right is purplish. That means the molecular size is smaller. Another way to show you the molecular size of the water is to see how fast it dissolves. If it dissolves faster, obviously it shows that the molecular size is smaller. Alright? So we're going to pour again these two different types of water into our glass. Or maybe I'll pour a little bit more because we're going to use this chrysanthemum, wild chrysanthemum, okay, to show you how fast it dissolves. Okay, and then we're going to show you the temperature is almost the same. So please look at the lower reading. It will show you the temperature of these two types of water is almost the same. Okay, now next is we are going to place some chrysanthemum. Okay, in equal amount, approximately. Maybe put a little bit more. Okay. All right. And then we'll just give it a quick stir. I think it is fairly obvious, isn't it? Right? It is fairly obvious that the one on the right, which is our 7 Wonders water, the result is there. It shows that it dissolves much better. With smaller molecular size in the water, it helps in the delivery of nutrients to our cells and also enhances the metabolism and microcirculation. And now I'm going to show you the antioxidant property of 7 Wonders. So again, we're going to pour this water over here on this glass. And I'm going to pour 7 Wonders water on this glass. And assuming we have the oxidation process occurring in our body, this is the iodine that we're going to use and place 2 drops. 2, 1, 2. And then, assuming again this is day 1, right? So we'll just give it a quick stir. It may not be so obvious, but this one here is colorless, all right? And this one here is a little bit yellowish. Okay, now we're going to assume day 2, and we're going to add some more. We're going to add 2 more drops here. 1, 2, 1, 2. And this time we're going to stir. Now it is very, very obvious if you can just compare the two. So this one is, obviously it has antioxidant property. Now to make it more convincing, right, I'm going to put this, right, something that people love, and we're going to add some more and see what happens. Okay, and give it a good, so you can see, right, you can see this one here has changed. The oxidation process has definitely occurred, right? And being glass, and now I'm going to transfer this over here and pour our water. So this is what we have. And now I'm going to show you how we can convert normal water into mineral water. And it's just a very simple test. First of all, I'm going to test this device, right? And by the way, this is warm water that I'm using to see whether it lights up. There's no light, all right? And this warm water, I'm now going to pour it into our 7 Wonders flask. Okay, and just give it a little bit of shake, a little bit of time, and pop this one in, and you can see the light. as can be seen from medlineplus.gov, which is part of the National Institutes of Health. Definitions of health terms. Minerals. Minerals help our bodies develop and function. They are essential for good health. Knowing about different minerals and what they do can help you to make sure you get enough of the minerals that you need. With 7 Wonders Water, we have 7 benefits, and the final one is it has antibacterial property. 7 Wonders Water is very convenient to use and also very affordable. All you need to do is just pour purified water in it for only 3 minutes. And you can do this several times in a day. And what about the maintenance? Well, you only need to replace the core minerals once in every 3 months. So I hope you have enjoyed those experiments. And it just goes to show you that the benefits are there in 7 Wonders Water. Now, the thing about us is we don't fall sick by consuming a certain food the next day or the day after that or the week after that, unless we have food poisoning. So whatever toxins that build up in our body, it took a long time, all right? It took a long time. So whatever diseases that we have, it's because of a long time ago, we have been doing all those things wrongly. And that's why it has become a particular disease. A disease is different from an illness. Illness is what we think we have. A disease is diagnosed by a medical doctor, right? So those of you with diabetic or this and that, then you got to look at the root of the problem. Why? Why is it that you have those medical conditions, right? So if you trace back, then it has to be, right? It has to be what we consume, what we inhale, and all those things that took a long time. So what do we do now? I mean, what can we do to reverse the whole process? Again, water. We are 60, 70% or even more. We are water, right? So we can use the water to go in there, to clean it out, to, let's take a little bit deeper into this. All right, let's take a little bit deeper into this by looking at, because our company also has terahertz. Okay, so maybe we can use and do something about it, because our body, they are made of molecules. All right, our body, they are all different elements, and you can see from here, from oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and so on, right? So if you look at molecules, well, you've honed in, they are what? Atoms, right? So our body's organs, cells, everything is molecules and atoms. And if you look deeper into the atoms, into subatomic particles, and it has been proven in 2012 that it's just an energy field, right? And this is where the Higgs boson in 2012, I won't go too deep into that, but it was proven scientifically that we are ultimately, right, when you break it all down, we are just energy. Okay, now if we are energy, then well, maybe there's something we can do to help the energy level in our body. All right, so that can improve our health. So here, as what I've explained about the Higgs boson, energy is everything and everything is energy. All right, so this is not a boo-boo kind of thing or woo-woo kind of thing or whatever you want to call it. This is scientific. All right, and we are made of energy, and our body is made of energy. Okay, so when there is a problem in our body systems, organs, or cells, it has to do with the energy in our body. That's why we need to charge the body and increase its frequency so that our cells can work more efficiently. And that's what terahertz does, and it does really well, right? So most of the viewers, I believe, are already familiar with this, but those of you who are not, please go and watch our other videos on these wonderful devices, all right? Because there are 3 different models, and learn all about it, because it's going to help you tremendously. So if you want to enhance the 7 Wonders Water, what do? Because you want to really, use it to revitalize your health, So with the 7 Wonders water, you want to enhance it, you blow. You blow this terahertz frequency for 1 minute and then you consume it. It becomes 7 Wonders energy water. All right. So let me just highlight one more slide here. Okay, one more is to explain to you a very important point. All right, a very important point, because this has to do with our cells, our DNA and everything. What are mitochondria? What are mitochondria? All right. So this particular article, again, I took it from Medical News Today, and mitochondria are often referred to as the powerhouses of the cell. They help turn the energy we take from food into energy that the cell can use. But there's more to mitochondria than energy production. Okay? Present in nearly all types of human cell, mitochondria are vital to our survival. Vital. They generate the majority of our ATP, all right? The energy currency of the cell. Mitochondria are also involved in other tasks, such as signaling between cell and cell death, otherwise known as apoptosis, all right? And let me show you another one. The next question, if mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, then the next question is, does it contain water, right? Because if it does, then we really need to drink good quality water, energize it, so that it gives the mitochondria the ability to really work efficiently, don't you think? So I just checked on the National Library of Medicine, and this is what I have found out. The inner mitochondrial membrane has aquaporin, 8 water channels, and is highly permeable to water, right? So guys, mitochondria, it's very, very vital, right, in our cells and how it functions, and it has water. So if we drink good water, quality water every day, I think we have a chance. And you saw in the antioxidant, the noodle thing, you know, there is a possibility that it can help us and reverse all these years and years of accumulation. It's inside our system. It has to get out, all right? And by blowing the terahertz, we enhance the 7 Wonders water. I think we are giving our body a chance. It's crying out for help, guys. Believe you me, it's crying out for help. But what are we going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? So I hope that this introduction will open up your mind, and maybe you give it a try. All right. So we should have this 7 Wonders bottle by September. All right. So just wait for our announcement. And I hope you enjoy today's seminar. And please share it. All right. It will be uploaded, and please share it if you think that it's helpful. And do try the product and help your body. All right. Help your body to get rid of all the things that is inside of us. All right. Thank you so much, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.